Yes, sir, it was the same Yank I bumped into in Bull Run. He thought he had me when he took away my gun, but I give him a shot.
Wait a minute. You said he took your gun.
Ouch. That's the kind of shot I give him, bird shot. Then I surrounded him and finished him off, and took his cap for a souvenir.
Well, we can forget all about that now, Lullaby. The war's all over. And here we are in Texas where everything is peaceful.
You all right?
I don't know yet. Oh,
There. That's better, huh?
What do you think you're doing?
Oh, go look at your ankle.
Well, I'm not accustomed to having strange men look at my ankles.
I am accustomed to looking at the ankles of strange women.
Oh, you are?
I'm a doctor. Well, at least I used to be.
It's different, Doctor.
How's that? Does that hurt?
A little.
Oh. That?
Oh, that.
You aiming to be a doctor like your brother, Jimmy? Looks like mighty pleasing work.
What did you mean when you said you used to be a doctor?
I was, before the war.
But the war's over.
Not down here, it isn't.
Would be if those silly, stubborn bushwhackers would listen to reason instead of that Ken Morgan.
You're talking to Ken Morgan.
I didn't mean to be offensive.
How's that?
Much better. You know, I think you ought to start practicing again.
Yeah? I'm afraid my only patients will be the victim of that carpet-bagging murderer Conway. What's wrong?
I'm Colonel Conway's daughter. You needn't trouble yourself.
No trouble at all. Texans don't fight women. They leave that to Yankees.
Daddy's right. You bushwhackers are impossible.
My son and his men will drive Conway and his carpetbaggers out of here by Christmas.
Here comes the Vineyard Patrol, Colonel.
Captain Bud,
All here, I just counted for, sir.
sunlight's so bright I can't see a thing without my specs. Jason, fetch my specs.
On the north side of your nose, sir.
What do you mean by deserting your post?
We was up on the highway gunning for Yanks.
Don't you know your place is here preventing Yanks from gunning for us?
Here come more Yanks, sir.
Now, see what happens by you deserting your post? Scat, scat.
You got the tax money?
Any money we had, you carpetbaggers took long ago.
All right, boys. There must be plenty of livestock on the place to foot the bill.
Wait a minute. You ain't gonna take the last thing we've got, you consarned Yank.
I'll teach you southern trash to resist authority.
Bushwhackers!
You all right, Dad?
Of course I'm all right. If I'd have had my specs on, I'd have finished them off myself.
very even. He's a trooper.
Hey, who are those guys anyway?
I'll pop them off.
Scare them off until we find out what this is all about.
I don't know, but we know what side they're on. Come on, let's go.
How did you make out?
We ran into bushwhackers at the Morgan place. They probably got the two troopers.
Never mind that. How about the tax collections before you got to Morgan's? Is that all?
It's plenty considering the way we've been squeezing them. Conway ever finds out you've been up in taxes.
How can he find out? As long as you don't take any prisoners and I keep them steamed up against the bushwhackers. I'd better be seeing the colonel and give him my report of the Morgan incident.
Doris, I've told you again and again, I don't want you riding around alone.
Oh, Daddy, I'm no child.
Supposing you'd run into one of those bushwhackers.
I did.
What? Supposing it had been that ruffian, Ken Morgan.
It was.
You met Ken Morgan?
And I found him very nice. Quite charming and romantic, in fact.
Your charming and romantic acquaintance just attacked and killed two more of our troopers.
Oh, I can't believe that of Ken Morgan. It must be somebody else who...
Come in.
Morgan and his men killed Trooper Davis, and if it hadn't have been for these men, they'd have got me too.
See that he gets attention.
This Morgan you're talking about couldn't by chance be Dr. Morgan.
He used to be a doctor. Now he's a butcher fighting the forces of Reconstruction.
That doesn't sound like Ken. You know Morgan? Very well. We were friends before the war. Practically grew up together.
Oh, you boys were in the Confederate Army?
Tucson and Lullaby were. I was on your side of the argument.
Look like you fellas have buried the hatchet. This is my daughter, Doris, and my civilian aide, Mr. Bentley.
How do you do?
Glad to know you.
How would you boys like to join the troop?
Oh, thanks. We had enough soldiering.
Sure. And these whack bushers sound like they mean it.
If Ken Morgan's causing trouble, Colonel, he must have a reason. Have you tried talking things over with him?
You can't reason with men like him.
I'm not so sure. From what I've seen of him, he's hot-headed, but not vicious.
All right. For the sake of peace, I'll give Morgan a chance to live up to the opinions that you and Doris have of him. If he'll come and see me, I pledge my word for his safe conduct.
That seems fair enough.
It's not only fair, it's his last chance. I'm not going to stand by and have them murder our troopers.
Barnyard patrol say Yanks are coming.
Them ornery Yanks are ruining my blood pressure.
Hello, Colonel Grant. You're sure a sight for sore eyes.
Well, I've heard that voice before, but I can't place it. Tucson Smith.
I'm sure glad to see you. I want you to meet my friends, Stony, Brooke, and Lullaby Joslin.
Welcome, boys. It's like old times seeing you again.
Where's Ken?
Well, at the moment, he's sort of up in the air.
I've got a message for him from Colonel Conway.
Well, I tell you, boys, you all just turn around, and I'll produce him.
He seems to be a little bit up in the air himself.
Maybe he's bushwhacking. He's been lapping up a little too much of that corn.
You can turn around now, boys.
What's the idea, Ken? Don't you know me?
Well, Ken, this is Tucson Smith.
Yeah, I know who he is. And why he's here.
Why?
They got Jimmy and Dick. They helped the troopers this morning. And you heard them admit they came from Conway.
You've got us all wrong, Ken. We came here to talk to you.
Talk's cheap nowadays. We don't take no chances with renegades. Get out the back door. I'll keep them covered.
What's got into you, Ken? You folks aren't going to get any place resisting Colonel Conway. He represents legitimate authority.
You call it legitimate authority. When those Yanks keep us under martial law, rob us of everything we got for taxes.
Yes, and shoots prisoners in the back every time they catch them.
Just a minute. You're wrong about Tucson. He's no renegade. But I'm a Yank, and I don't like the way you talk about Yanks.
What? A Yank under my roof? Jason, that's my weapon.
Get out of here. And don't come back or we'll shoot you on sight.
The war just ain't over. If two big guys like Lee and Grant can't settle it, we're not going to, right? Right, Lullaby. We don't know who's fighting who, so we better clear out before we get caught in the middle. Right? Right, Lullaby. Go ahead and get shot. I'm going back to Missouri.
All right, bushwhackers, get started. Prisoner escaping.
They'll shoot the other one in the back next.
Take him from the rear.
Go on, we'll give you a chance to escape.
Oh, no, you won't. You'll have to shoot me without that excuse.
All right, if that's the way you want it.
Bushwhackers, dozens of them. What's this? Dust Division?
Or the Brush Brigade. Just an old maneuver from Missouri.
Now that we know what's going on, we're going to join up with Ken.
That's not the answer. What good will 3 more guns be? Our place to take up Conway's offer and try to get some evidence.
Dad, Jimmy's got his wish. He's joined the ranks of the boys in gray.
Poor little Jimmy. I remember when he cried his eyes out because he was too young to fight.
Well, we're glad to have you with us, boys. I was afraid that you and Doris were a little too optimistic.
Bushwhackers ambushed us and we had to retreat. There were at least 24 sharpshooters.
Evidently, you could stand some reinforcements. These boys have just joined the troop.
But 2 of them, I understand, are Southerners themselves.
Well, that makes them valuable in more ways than one. They're veterans.
And we never learned much about retreating.
That's so. What would you have done?
Well, we licked a bunch of troopers once, and we can do it again.
Did you say troopers?
Just a slip of the tongue, Colonel. He meant bushwhackers, of course.
Oh. Well, here's a list of tax dodgers. You can go along with Hawks and locate them for him.
Yes, sir.
If you don't mind, sir, I'd like to speak to you alone.
Well, that'll be all, boys.
Hey, Stony. Most of these people are my friends. We've got to find some way to warn them.
If you tell me how to reach them, maybe I can do it for you.
That'll be tough. They'll expect you to go along with a troop.
Yeah.
The jams we get into is enough to drive you to drink.
Huh?
The jams we get into is enough to drive you to drink.
Say, that gives me an idea.
Somebody pushed me.
Yes, sir. Take him to his quarters. I want to ride. I want to ride. Wait a minute, Mr. Stern, I want to ride. We don't take drunks on assignments. I want to ride. Got the stock out just ahead of us. Back to the post.
Aren't you going to do anything about these other ranchers?
Somebody's warned them. I've got a pretty good idea who it is.
Stony, you'd better be riding awful fast.
If he isn't, we'd better be thinking awful faster. Maybe it's fireflies with their lights out.
Back early, aren't you, Captain?
Yes, all the ranchers had gone, and I think they were warned.
By whom?
There's only one man could have warned them, and that's Stony Brooke. He's supposed to be drunk in quarters.
Bring him to Colonel Conway's office. You two come along with me.
Brooke, did you leave the post?
Yes, sir.
What? You admit it?
I was hunting bears. Yes, sir, I was hunting bears. When a big grizzly bear grabbed hold of me, started shaking me, I woke up. It was him. He was in the bunk and seemed to be asleep. I can't understand it.
I'm afraid you were a little hasty in forming your suspicions. That'll be all. Take him to his quarters.
Well, what's the matter, Stony?
He's a little tired.
He's tired. What about the poor horse?
What horse?
Lullaby and Stony were riding on the same horse when they came in with the troop. You should have seen how funny they looked.
And you go to strange territory for your bear hunting. Arrest all of them. You know you can't get away with this, Brooke. I can understand insubordination and treason in these men, but not in a Union veteran.
That's high-sounding talk coming from a carpetbagger who robs helpless people and has them shot in the back.
Drop those guns.
Throw him in the guardhouse.
Just a minute. Hawks, what does he mean about shooting people in the back?
They're crazy. I don't know what they're talking about. We saw them murder young Morgan this morning.
Sure. We're the 24 sharpshooters that ambushed him.
What? All right, Tompkins. That'll be all.
Yes, sir. Colonel, you're certainly not going to believe wild accusations from men who have misrepresented and lied.
I'm going to find out who is lying. Now, what's all this talk about carpetbagging and robbing people?
Why, it's the same kind of talk Ken Morgan gave me about you, Daddy.
Well, I'm no carpetbagger, and I never robbed a man in my life.
Well, somebody's been doing it. Hawks has been collecting high taxes and dispossessing the people who couldn't pay.
That's ridiculous.
Listen, Colonel, Texans are reasonable people. They wouldn't fight unless they had a just cause. Why don't you do some investigating yourself?
That's what I will do. I'll see Morgan and his father and hear their side of the story.
But, Colonel...
You're under arrest until I return. The rest of you remain in your quarters. When I get back, I'll know just where we stand. Tell my orderly to bring our mounts.
And keep your eyes open, Tompkins. We don't want anything to happen to the Colonel.
You don't have to worry about an old campaigner, Charles.
It's a relief, sir, to be going on a peaceful mission for a change.
If I can work things out with Morgan, this will be the happiest day of my life.
Looks like Yanks. Plain murder.
It's Conway.
Looks like his chickens come home to roost.
He's hit bad.
Well, I ain't shedding no crocodile tears.
He's done for.
Well, I don't hold with murder. Even a Yank.
I feel sorry for that girl of his.
I feel sorrier for us if they catch us here.
We can't leave him here just like this.
Now, you just leave well enough alone, Ken Morgan. We'll be saddled with this anyhow. So we better get while the getting is good.
All right, Dad.
I hope you find the man who killed my father, whoever he is.
It's open and shut who killed him. You recognized Morgan, didn't you?
Yes, sir. I'm sure it was him.
How could you recognize anybody if you were shot from ambush?
Quiet, I'm in command now. You won't put any of that smooth talk over on me like you did Conway.
Just a minute, Captain. You're not in command.
What do you mean?
You were put under arrest by Conway, and I'm carrying out his orders until the Inspector General arrives. That is all, Tompkins?
Yes, sir.
Boys, I gather from your attitude that you don't believe Morgan shot the colonel.
That's right. Ken Morgan isn't the kind of man who would shoot a person from ambush.
I want to be fair, as Conway was trying to be. But I think your friend Morgan's in a bad spot. He's accused of murdering a high-ranking officer. The Army will hunt him down and get him no matter how long it takes. His only chance is to come in and clear himself. Maybe he has an alibi.
We might get him to come in if we have the chance.
He means they'd warn Morgan and all of them would make a getaway.
Suppose I went along with troopers and sort of chaperoned them.
That'd be all right with us, sir.
That's all for now, boys. I'm afraid you can mark down the Mesquiteers and Morgan among the prisoners who tried to escape.
Morning, Mr. Ken.
Morning.
Oh, Dad. Hi, you going someplace?
No, but you are.
Me?
I've been worrying about this Conway killing all night. Now, there's only one thing for you to do. It's to light out of Texas until the smoke blows over.
Huh. Even if they do accuse me, they gotta catch me.
I'm afraid they'll do just that. Conway was a big man. Now, he'll bring in reinforcements. Now, I'm telling you, son.
I'm not running out on you and the boys. I'm staying right here.
Yeah. It's the troopers and them renegades, too.
Wait a minute. Tucson and his friends must have spotted that.
You're right, Dad.
Hey, Ken! Wait!
Tucson will get him.
Good. We'll ride along and make sure.
Well, you got me, renegade.
Listen, Ken. I'm trying to help you. You're being accused of Conway's murder. Is there any way you can prove you weren't there?
I was there. Yeah, I even winged the trooper that killed him. They'll find my rifle bullets in the trooper, and his revolver slugs in Conway.
That's great, Ken. All you have to do is to tell that to Bentley.
Bentley? No, thanks. The carpetbaggers grabbed half the land in the district, probably arranged the murder.
Well, congratulations, Smith. I told Hawks you could be trusted.
Ken saw the murder. It was the orderly.
The orderly? I don't believe it. We'll go back to the post and have Morgan confront him.
You mean you're not going to shoot the prisoner?
Don't be ridiculous. You're going to ride in with your friends. You'll be as safe as they are.
Tucson, take him down there. We'll decoy him. Ride fast and keep going.
For a minute it was him, but it's only a scarecrow. There he goes.
What do you think you're doing, Crow?
Pretty bad off, Stony.
We'll have to take him to the tavern.
Guess we lost them.
Come on.
What are you trying to do? Save him for the firing squad?
What are you talking about, Gramp? You've known me since I was knee-high to a grasshopper.
You've got us all wrong, Colonel.
They're on our side, Dad.
We have to hurry and get him out of here. This is the first place Bentley will look.
Take your time. We got a warning system here that lets us know when any Yanks is around.
Won't be Mr. Yates. I ain't done nothing.
And you're not going to do anything.
Yes, sir.
Come on, we'll keep that donkey from braying.
Here, son, take this. It'll perk you up.
You take it, Dad. Your tonic's too potent for me.
Up there.
All right, boys, surround the house. Search the place. Where are they?
Ain't nobody here but us.
Give me a drink while I'm waiting.
Yowza.
We couldn't find them.
We've been all over the ground. There's no sign of them. But we found their horses.
They must have left their horses there as a decoy. They couldn't have gone far without them. Wait a minute. Whoever's up there, I'll give you 10 seconds to get down. Ready. Aim.
Guess you'll have a chance to shoot the prisoners after all.
Take them out.
Presenting the compliments of Major Briggs, Inspector General Department. He requests that you return to the post immediately.
Too bad you can't shoot prisoners in front of Yanks like him.
Boys, we've got to round up the bushwhackers. Tell them they came to the post and to meet me at Rocky Glen.
I got to round up some guns and get a bright idea.
I can round up the guns, all right.
Rastus, I think you'll give me an idea, too.
I can't understand why they haven't sent for us before.
Fox and Bentley are probably having a tough time trying to sell that bill of goods to Major Briggs.
Well, I hope you're right.
I want to congratulate you both on the dispatch with which you handled this situation.
Thanks, Major. We're only sorry we weren't able to prevent the tragedy to the Colonel.
We should make an example of the prisoners for the other bushwhackers.
Now, that's right. And the only example such guerrillas understand is the firing squad. Hawks, until further orders, I appoint you to succeed Conway. And I'll recommend that they send more troops to help crush these rebels.
I'll do my best, sir.
Have you made any plans, my dear?
I think I'll go to my aunt in the capital.
I'm driving her over as soon as you leave, Major.
Well, that's good, Bentley. Hawks told me how close you've been to Miss Doris and her father. We must return to Fort Drake immediately.
It's Major Briggs.
He's going away.
Hey, come here. Where's Major Briggs going?
Back to Fort Drake. Aren't we going to have a chance to talk to him?
There's nothing more to talk about. But don't worry. Colonel Hawks will end all your troubles in a couple of hours.
Whoa, 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 watermelon. Any watermelon today. Whoa, 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 watermelon. It's fresh as a new mown hay. Watermelon. Any watermelon today. Howdy, Mr. Captain.
How are you, Sambo?
Rastus, produce yourself to the captain.
I's Rastus, Abraham Lincoln, Jeff Davis Brown.
Guess that makes you a neutral, Rastus.
Yes, sir, I's neuter.
Mr. Captain, I'd like to make you a proposition.
What's your proposition?
Well, if you let me peddle 'em inside, I'll give you one tree for nothing.
All right, give me one of those halves.
This is too green for the captain.
Yeah, this is sweeter than your sweetie Ann when she's the sweetest.
Don't be too long.
If I could have had 2 minutes with Briggs, I could have proved my innocence.
Say, if we could get a note to Doris, maybe she could get Briggs to come back.
Forget it. Anybody would give a message to would take it to Hawks.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Cheer up, 'cause you won't be blue when this melon gets to you. Oh, watermelon, any watermelon today. You want to buy a watermelon, Mr. Colonel?
Not today.
Uh-oh. Somebody's been stealing chickens. I've been in the same fix, so I gives you boys this melon.
No, thanks.
Go on. There's nothing for your troubles like watermelon.
We haven't got any appetite.
But this is a special lucky kind of melon. Just what you all need.
You heard what they said. Go on.
But you gotta take it, white boy. It'll shoot your troubles clean away.
Look, these boys are facing the firing squad in a couple of hours. Get on out of here. Leave them alone.
It's Lullaby. Maybe we can get to see Doris for us.
Hey, come back with those melons.
We've changed our mind.
You all sure is speckled.
There, let's get this over with. All right, get on out of here.
Oh, it's no use. How about a note?
Good. Write it.
Well, they got the guns anyhow.
They're sure gonna be surprised when they find bullet for seeds. Who threw that?
There he goes.
But you gotta listen. Unless you want innocent people shot while the murderer of your father gets away with it.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, Ken Morgan saw your father's orderly shoot him. And Ken shot Tompkins. And they can prove it by the bullets the post doctor took out of him.
I'm afraid I need more proof.
Well, you got it. Ken says he treated the colonel's wound with a piece of the same neckerchief he took to bind up your ankle. There you are. Why should Ken want to doctor your father if he shot him?
But why should Tompkins kill Daddy?
Well, Hawks and Bentley put him up to it because he was going to find out all the things they'd been doing. You got to get Briggs back and make him listen to Ken's story.
What are you doing in here?
Nothing. He was just trying to sell me a melon.
All right. Peddle them somewhere else. Are you almost ready?
Yes. Oh, but Charles, I'd like to run around and say goodbye to the minister and his family.
Thought you went there this morning.
Well, I did, but the minister was out.
There she goes.
We've still got a chance.
Boy, oh boy, I could feel myself getting pale. General, could I interest y'all in a melon?
No, Joslin. You interest me in something else. He was just talking to Doris.
Men, Go after the Conway girl and bring her back.
You've got to act fast in case she gets to breaks.
Come here. Stand him up against the wall. Go get the others and put them with him.
Stony, look.
Doris reaches the major, and don't fall off the horse.
Colonel Grant's rallying the bushwhackers. Reckon we can depend on your pa? Sure. If he don't lose his specs.
Major Briggs!
Bushwhackers. You murderers ain't killing my son and his friends for something they didn't do.
I just heard about it from Miss Conway.
We'd better get back to the fort.
Get the wagon, blast them out.
Won't be long now. I can practically hear them pearly gates squeaking. There must be a run out of ammunition, too. They're using watermelon grenades.
Major Briggs are coming.
Keep him busy.
Take care, Briggs.
All right, men, take cover.
There's our help, but they can't get in. Keep me covered.
Is that what they had in there?
I guess so. Where's Bentley?
nothing in that dark hall. You got a match?
What do you want with a match? Don't you know better than to be looking in a powder keg with a match? Here, take that candle.
You's awful smart, Mr. Lullaby. There sure was some powder in there, Mr. Lullaby.
This is a notice from Washington, putting Cannon be here in command of the district until they hold a general election.
People around here sure owe you boys a vote of thanks.
I don't know about that. They're still going to be in the command of a Yank.
Huh? What Yank?
Well, Doris is going to be in command of Ken.